Welcome back to iAskTech. Today we are going to create custom drop-down menu by using Angular. By the end of this video, you will be Angular drop-down master. If you don't have the Angular project created already, you should create a new Angular project by using Angular CLI. So make sure to install the Angular CLI first. So this is my basic Angular project that is running in the browser. So very first thing that I would do is that I will create a new component. Let me delete this folders first. I don't need them anymore. Okay, so here I will type a command ng generate component and drop down menu will be the name of that component, and with that you will see the new folder will be created in the app directory. You can see in the console that it has created these 4 files and also updated the app module. If you go to the app module, you will notice that it has automatically declared the drop down menu component. Now let's add our drop down menu component here like this and save it. If you open your browser, you will see that text is visible. That's mean this text is coming from the drop down menu component. Now here we will start implementing our component. So very first thing that we need is to create a button. Okay, we have created a button with the text options in it. You can also have a div and you can make it like a button. All right, now I will add some classes styles. Right now it is taking all of the width, but we want to set it to display inline block so that it could consume only the space that is required for this button. The way we can move that style in our own dedicated file, that is drop-down menu component, like this. Let me give it an ID. Okay, let me also add the family Arial. Okay, I also want to bring this button in the middle of the screen. So for that, I will create another div and I will give it an ID container. And in the SAS, I will use the display flex to bring everything in the middle. So justify content would bring it horizontally in the middle, and align items would bring everything in the vertically in the middle. So right now we have to specify the height and width of the container as well. For that, I will add width should be equal to 100 VH, that is view width, and then we need to add height should be 100 VH. Okay, now everything is in the middle. Let me add some border radius, box shadow. Okay, I think we need to increase the horizontal padding as well. Okay, also I want to add cursor pointer so that it makes us so that it could look like a button. All right, now we need to create the drop down inside the options. So let's do that. Here, let's say I will add some any random text, or let me actually use this. Okay, this is the list of options. Now in the CSS, I will set position relative to the button, and let me move everything inside of this parent so that everything is more organized. Now I need to give it an ID, drop down, as drop down is inside button, so I will I will nest it inside the button. Okay. All right, now I want to specify the width. Also, let me add some background color. And I also would like to add border radius. I think let's make it pure white. That would be better. Okay, with top 100%, this is how it will look like. I will increase the percentage. Instead of that, I will add 1.5% or maybe 1.15. Okay. So also let me add left 0. All right. Maybe we need to add some border. Okay, great. Now we need to design these options. So here I will add UL, and I will add list style none, and padding should be 0. Actually, there should be some padding like 20 pixels around the list. Also, I want to remove the padding margin top. Okay. Now I would like to add display flex, and gap should be 10 pixels maybe, and also the direction should be column. Okay, and in the list or A tag, we want to remove the styling, text decoration none. Also, I want to change the color. And maybe we don't need any gap. We will set height for every A tag. We need to add a display block to the every A tag so that we could specify height to it. Instead of height, we can also try the padding. And actually, let's add padding here and here. And we don't need the padding here because we are adding the padding inside the A tag. So let me increase it here. This is the okay, this is the vertical padding. I think we need to manually remove the padding for UL. Okay, great. Okay, I think I also need to add the border bottom. Okay. Next, I need to remove the fixed height. I will add the minimum height. That would be 100 pixels, and max height should be 400 pixels. And if something is overflowing, then we need to add the scroll auto. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We also want to change the background color if somebody hovers on it. Okay, great. Let me increase the number of A tags. Actually, I will create an array of options and we will get data from there. Okay, now let's use this array to iterate this list tag. So here I will add ngFor. Let option of options. And now here I will populate the value of option. Okay, now if somebody clicks on this option, we need to select that value. So here I need to create another property, selected option is equal to empty. So here we will set a condition here, like if selected option is set, then we will show its name. Otherwise, so by default we can keep it undefined. So if we have a selected option, then we will show it name. Otherwise we will show the default text that is select an option. So let me save it. Okay, by default we will see this. Before doing anything else, I want to hide the dropdown first. So let's hide it first. By default I will set display none, but if user hovers their mouse on the button, we want to display it block. So as you can see, if we are hovering on the button, then we want to display the drop down block. So now you can see So when we hover out our mouse from this, it hides the drop down. But we want to improve that behavior, so maybe we should move the drop down up a little bit. So for that, let me reduce this value, maybe 35, or maybe this one. And also I want to specify the same style for the dropdown as well. So for example, if somebody hover on dropdown, then again we want to display it blog. So now you can see when I hover on it, it displays the dropdown, and if I take my mouse down on the dropdown menu, then again we are using that condition that we are hovering on the dropdown like this. You can move it a little bit up further to fix the problem when it sometimes open it and sometimes it does not open it. So for that, I will reduce the distance from the top, like 0.5 maybe. Okay, I think this is perfect now. So now next thing is that if you select any option, then we should update the value of the select option. Okay, so for that, I will add a click event, and on click we would like to set the selected option is equal to option. So whatever is clicked, we will set that to that value. Now let's try it. You can see I just selected this option and it is showing that one. I also want to add a cross button here. Once some option is selected, we want to be able to clear that selection as well. So for that, I will add a div, and I will add a class, or maybe I just need to add the cross button here. So you can just add span as well if you want to. Okay. Also, I want to add some gap between these two things. So for that, I will wrap it in another div. And here I will add style display flex, and width should be 100%, and justify should be space between, like that. Okay. I think we need to increase the width of the button. So for that, here in the button, I will add minimum width should be maybe 400 pixels or whatever. So now I want to be able to click on that cross icons. For that, I will add on click event, and if user clicks on that, I want to set selected option is equal to undefined. So that would reset the option, selected option. So let's select that. Now I clicked on that, everything was reset. So I also want to display this cross button only if a user has selected the option. For that, I will add if condition here, and if selected option is set, then we will show this cross button. There is another user behavior that I feel that should be improved. That is, we should not display it on hover, because when I click on that, it does not hide the drop down. So that is not a good thing. So for that, I will use the property active dropdown. Is dropdown active? By default, it is false. And if user clicks on this button, then I want to set the is dropdown active is equal to true. And with that, we will add add the class active here. As we want to use JavaScript here, so make sure to wrap it with the square bracket so that we could use the JavaScript. And here I will add active class, and then we will add the condition is dropdown active. And now instead of using the hover effect, I would use the active class. Here we can see that active class is being added on the drop down, so that's why I will add it here. All right, now let's give it a try. I clicked on that, the active class has been added. I also want to remove the active class when user clicks on any of these options. So for that, here I will, in the second statement, I will add is dropdown selected is equal to false. Okay. It did not hide it yet, so let me check what's going on behind the scene. So let's go to the inspect element, and okay, the problem is that, as you know, that we have added the click event. If user clicks on the button, then we will set the is dropdown active true. So when user clicks on the option, we are setting the is dropdown active to false, but at the same time because this option is inside the button tag, button dropdown, button tag or button div, so this event is also being triggered. So we don't want to travel the click event, or we don't want the parent to listen this click event on this option. So for that, to avoid that, I will add event dot stop immediate propagation. So let's try if that works. So now let's click on any option. You can see that now it is working. Now if you click on the cross icon, it will unselected. But again, the problem is that when you click on the cross, it shows the drop down, but we don't want that. So we have to do the same thing again. Here I will use the event dot stop immediate propagation function. Now if you click on anywhere in this button, it will show the drop down, but if you click on the cross button, it will not trigger that click event. Okay, now our drop down is ready. One last thing, I want to increase the height of the drop down button. So for that, let me see, maybe I need to increase the padding. Okay, great, now it is looking better. So that's all for today for this video. I hope that this video was useful for you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos like this. And also please comment and share this video. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. I will try to reply as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. See you next time.